Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? And Merry Christmas. Um, Going along with my Christmas themed videos, I thought I'd do another Christmas themed horror videos. And this is my personal history with the series Silent Night, Deadly Night about the killer Santa Claus. And this was probably the most infamous one recently. I mean, there's Krampus still and Santa's Sleigh, which was a lot of fun with Goldberg playing a killer. That was really funny too. Um, this one came out in 1984, right? The first one. And I didn't see it firsthand, but I heard there was lots of controversy, lots of parents or moms protesting the theater saying that that depicted a killer Santa Claus, a axe wielding killer Santa Claus. And there was a big controversy that actually increased ticket sales. Now in Erie, it played in the West Side Plaza, and usually a lot of the other some of the lesser horror films would play there. Like that would play there. House by the Cemetery played there. Face of Death Part 4 back in '92 played there for a week, and so did Night of the Zombies, which was actually Hell of the Living Dead, which was, came back as Hell of the Living Dead on video. And I heard about the controversy a little bit. I saw like a review of it. It wasn't very favorable. I remember renting it on USA Video, and I really enjoyed it. It was about like this kid that saw his parents unfortunately shot by Santa Claus during a bank robbery. A burglar dressed as Santa Claus, and then this kid was all screwed up. Went to this religious school, and then he worked for this one company, and then when they asked him to dress as Santa Claus for a Christmas party, it was too much. He went nuts. I don't want to give away too much more. He becomes a Santa Claus. I really enjoyed the film. Linnea Quigley's in there in the infamous scene where she is impaled on a set of deer antlers when she was naked, though. And she said the prosthesis for that drove her nuts. That was the first movie I ever seen Linnea Quigley in, I think. I could be mistaken. I don't remember. But I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. I give that a full on 10 out of 10. Now, I want to jump ahead and talk about the remake made in 2012 by Anchor Bay. Now, Anchor Bay started out as being like in the 90s and stuff like that, being like the one company that showed like re-releases and uncut versions of horror classics. And sometimes lost horror classics like, they had, I remember I got Hell of the Living Dead, I just mentioned that on DVD from them. And they had a great, probably the best thing they did, they finally released the uncut version of Tombs of the Blind Dead, which is a lot, that they cut out a lot for the regular U.S. release back in the 70s. I remember seeing on Elvira, it's cut out anyways for TV, but they had one of the most confusing, weird endings. Even Elvira commented on that. But this one, it was like about 10-15 minutes cut out of it. It was it was really cool. Well, anyways, they eventually started making movies. They got really big, and they made like with real actors and stuff like that. And this one is a remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's just called Silent Night, though. And it has some big stars. Malcolm McDowell and Donald Logue from Ground for Life was in it. And also, they've done remakes. Anchor Bay's done remakes of like I Spit on Your Grave and Mother's Day and stuff like that, too. And this one is pretty good. It's lots of creepy people in it. And it's still a lot of fun. I enjoyed this one, too. I give this a 9 out of 10. It's pretty decent, pretty entertaining. Now I'm going to go back to the second one that came out in '87, Silent Deadly Night Part 2. And this one has some of the worst overacting I've ever seen in my life. And the biggest flaw in that, I mean, it wouldn't have bothered me if there wasn't so many clips from the original movie. There's probably about half of the movie is probably clips from the first one, which is a complete shame. And that's why I hate it when they have because there used to be sequels where they have like lots of clips from the first one, like half the movie, especially like Boogeyman 2 and that one, and what's that Oh, Crazy Fat Ethel Part 2 had a lot of clips like that. I mean, it's a real, boy, it's a real disappointment. But I mean, if it was just like the guy overacting, it was like, I think it was the brother of the guy that got killed. It was just some of the worst things, like it's garbage day. And if it was just that stupid stuff, it would have been funny. I think he killed someone with an umbrella. It's really bad. I remember I saw that, like, I rented it like about a month, maybe a month and a half before I went into basic training in the Army. I remember I talked with another soldier about the movie, and he said he saw it too, and I said, he said it was junk, but it was spirited junk. And I kind of agree with that, but I mean, just because it had so many clips from the first movie, it's probably definitely the worst in the series. I'd probably give it a 5.5 out of 10. If it would just been really bad overacted, I probably would give it a higher score, but without the clips, so many clips from that movie, there's probably about half the movie is clips from the first one. It's terrible. Now, jump ahead a couple years, and there's Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, You Better Watch Out, with Robert Culp in it. Now, I saw this in Germany. All these most of the, now these next three movies I seen when I was in the Army. I can talk about my Army experience some. I mean, I rented it, and I was happy to rent it. I think I rented that, and I rented Best of WWF, because it was WWF for it was WWE Part 18, and we watched that, and we watched this one. And this one was actually really scary. I liked it. It had like a, it had like this killer that was like a bubblehead. I mean, he's like, I don't know, he had brain surgery. He's like this, and it's like, he had like a dome, and it's like, you see his brain or his blood and stuff like that. It was really weird. But it was actually scary, and I know Frank Goria said that it was a movie that was like screaming out for music in certain parts. And I think it's because it was just that different and that weird that made it scary. I liked that movie real well. I mean, some people hate it, but me and my friend, my roommate and friend Jeff Moscone, really enjoyed the film, and I thought it was really good. Bill Moseley was in it too. I think he was a killer too. I can't remember, but that was really good. I give that a full on 10 out of 10. Now, the next one I had to go on a list of the Silent Night, Deadly Night, because I couldn't remember what it was called. It was Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, and it had like a word. I couldn't remember the word after. It was Initiation, and this is the one that's probably the least Christmas themed. I mean, there's like a shot where there's like a Christmas tree in there, and that's probably about as Christmassy as it gets. It's directed by Brian Yuzna, and it involves witchcraft. The first time I saw it, I was kind of disappointed by it, but I've seen it a couple other times. I really appreciate it now. I really enjoy it now. Maud Adams is in it. Like, sometimes they have some real actors in here. Maud Adams was in it, along with Clint Howard was in it, but he's in a lot of these creepy ones. And then the girl played Miss Beasley from Moonlighting's in it too. And this one's very entertaining, but it involves witches and witchcraft. Almost nothing to do with Christmas. This is the least Christmas-related film of the series, because usually it has something to do with Christmas. This one, like I said, it's like a scene where like it was around Christmas time and there was like a Christmas tree in the movie, but aside from that, it has basically nothing to do with Christmas, but the movie's really good. And I think Screaming Mad George did the effects for it, and the effects are really neat. I think Screaming Mad George did effects for the fifth one too, but I don't remember. But I give this one probably a 9.5 out of 10. It really won me. I was kind of disappointed the first time, because maybe it was something I wasn't expecting. But then after that, I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Now the last one, Part 5, came out in 91. Now, Silent Night, Deadly Night was, I saw that in Fort Bragg, and I saw it before I went on Christmas vacation. Now this one, Silent Night, Deadly Part 5, The Toy Maker, I saw it in Fort Bragg because in May I went to Fort Detrick, Maryland, and then in like middle August or something like that, I came back to Fort Bragg for the last 5.5 weeks while I was in the Army. I did see the movie. I saw it there. I'm pretty sure I did. And Mickey Rooney, of all people, starring it. And he plays a guy named, I think he was Geppetto. And then he had a son called Pino. And it was like Geppetto and Pinocchio. And it had like evil toys in it. I really, really enjoyed this one. This was a lot of fun. But it's really disturbing, the stuff with his son. Well, I gave away a big thing, but I mean, you probably guess Pinocchio, and stuff like that. But there's some stuff towards the end that I think is pretty disturbing. But I really enjoyed this one. This one's a full-on. Get a drink of water. It's late night. After this, I'm gonna go to bed. You gotta stay hydrated. But like I said, this one's a full-on 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed the film. I think it's a lot of fun. And I give this one a 10 out of 10. So that's my history of Silent Night, Deadly Night. I hope you like these movies. Well, all the pets are always doing stuff at my sister's place. Yeah, definitely check out the Silent Night, Deadly Night series. I mean, part 2 is definitely the worst. But I mean, aside from that, they're really good. So until next time, bye please. Take care, my Legion, on this Christmas Day.